This one sweet me. Arise TV don't finish Governor Soludo because of waiting he talk about Peter Obi. Oh, hey, Rufai of Arise. Anyway we did, now God will bless you. And even Ruben Abati, like say finally, don't they align with us for this matter? Don't they feel they talk without bias now? God will bless you now for everything we now talk for inside this matter. So anyway we did so allow me you watch this video and as you watch them. They comment your opinion on how you see this matter. After you comment, make sure say you share this video. Make everybody see them. Make themselves to they come comment their opinion on this matter. Oyana, when I watch the video.
Soludo is, sticking to his point, and it's so obvious this time around. At first we were contemplating whether he was really attacking Peter Obi, but this is a clear indication that he is absolutely not supporting Peter Obi's presidential bid. Dr. Abati.
Okay, what triggered this was Governor Soludo's appearance on Politics Today show on Channels Television, when he said, well, there is nothing to show in terms of investments that Mr. Peter Obi made as governor of Anambra State when he was governor of that state between 2006 and 2014. And then, of course, he got attacked. He even said there was an attack in Aguata local government. Threats were issued to members of his family by persons that he referred to as supporters of Peter Obi. And then he has written this piece, History Beckons, and I Will Not Be Silent. And he titled it Part 1. And I've said he deliberately titled it Part 1 because, he probably would like to do a Part 2, depending on the reactions that he gets on the basis of this. Number one, his piece is just, like saying, I stand by what I said, and I cannot be intimidated.
Absolutely.
Whether by a social media mob, which was the word that he used, I've used on this program today the phrase social media bandits, which I think is part of the threat of violence that we're facing as a major challenge as we move towards the 2023 elections. And what is his argument? He says Peter Obi cannot win, and he will not win, and that Peter Obi himself knows that he will not win, and that they all within their class know that he will not win. Okay, what they know, they did not disclose that piece. But he gave the idea that, look, if you have structures on social media, it may not translate into structures on the ground. Okay? And that after all, what he thinks is that, look, Peter Obi will not even be number 4 when the results come out, as shown in the Osun election, where, his supporters were very active on social media, but they could not bring any votes. So that's his point of view, that you need structures to be able to win elections. And that's been a major debate. Do you need structures? Do you need a different kind of structure? Would, presence at rallies or social media translate into concrete votes? What's your supporter base? Okay, these are legitimate questions to ask. And he also said in the piece that he has already told Mr. Peter Obi that he doesn't stand a chance, but he could go on with whatever game he appears to be playing. And he says he's his brother, that ordinarily he will support him, but the truth has to be told. Well, Governor Professor Chukwuma Soludo has only 1 vote.
Absolutely.
And it's probably within his province, to say this is where I stand in this matter. There's nothing anybody can do about that. And if you look at that piece, I made a point earlier on that he raised other issues. He's not even necessarily supporting the ABGA presidential candidate, Professor Peter Umeadi. He was saying in that piece that he thinks that the race is between 2 candidates, the candidate of the APC and the candidate of the PDP. And he was talking about Igbo interest in the matter. He was in fact advising Ndigbo to go and negotiate with the 2 persons who are likely to win in his own estimation. So it was that frontal, very direct, readable prose, which you put out there, you may disagree with him. What I keep saying is that in this dispensation, people are entitled to their opinions. We all have just 1 PVC each. I don't know if anybody has 2 PVCs, that person is a criminal under the Electoral Act 2022. And you can use your PVC the way you want. But the tyranny, which Professor Soludo referred to, of certain elements who believe that if you don't agree to their position, then you are an evil person. If they think, you support another person, you don't support their own person, then they use every means to intimidate you. They adopt violence. Look, what such persons do, in real terms, I've been saying it, is that they are doing more damage to their candidate than they think.
Yes.
Attacking people who are not presidential candidates, wasting energy that should be used to promote your candidate on people who do not even have a dog in the fight is a height of idiocy.
Absolutely.
In my view.
Absolutely.
So Professor Soludo has expressed his own views. That's his view. Whoever disagrees with him should write a rejoinder. As the Obi Dati campaign has duly responded to him, and they've told him, he thinks too much of himself, he thinks he's larger than life, he's envious, he thinks that if Peter Obi becomes president, it will stop his own chances. And they say, characteristically, and as they should say, that they believe that Peter Obi is the next president of Nigeria. That's their own choice. Nobody can quarrel with that. After all, democracy is about choice. It's about fair play. It's about open field. But for some people to arrogate to themselves the monopoly of wisdom about electoral choices, that in itself is a major problem we face at this moment.
Yes, absolutely. Rufai, a lot of people are asking, of whose interest is this article? Was it really necessary that he...
I was taken... Governor Soludo has a right to his choice, but I was taken aback by the article. What was the bone of contention in the first place?
That's the question.
He said some projects were worthless. I would have thought, with all of the hula baloo, we will have rejoined by saying, these are the projects that Peter Obi did that was worthless. And give us facts. Me, I don't like sentiments. I like to stick to the facts. But he didn't do that. And it's an open challenge. Governor Professor Soludo, give us the facts on ground that the project you say that this man has done in the States while he was governor, that was the investments that were worthless. But I thought the article I read over 15 times, I should say, was a direct attack on Peter Obi, and it was needless. Professor Soludo is not running for president. How would you call the presidential ambition of somebody fleeting frenzy? You know what a fleeting frenzy is?
It's a direct attack.
A wild behavior that is passing by. A man has a right to his presidency. He has a right to his ambition. His followers might not be in support of you. You call them mob. I have people attack me every day and abuse me on social media. Have I ever come one day to call them a mob? Some even go to the point of physical threats. You don't call them they have a right to their opinions. All right? So when people have a right to their opinions, you know that it's not true about you, then you move on and face the matter. What was the bone of contention? The bone of contention was that the investments are worth nothing. And if you have a rejoinder to that, show us the investment that are worth nothing. Those are the facts on ground. Going up to the extent of saying, okay, I told him to come to APGA, and then all of that is sentiment as far as I'm concerned. That this was the same person that I said he should come to APGA, I gave him that chance. He said he was never going to leave APGA, I swore by that. Hey, all politicians in Nigeria have carpeted at some point. Wasn't Soludo an aspirant for governorship of the PDP in 2009? But he took left from the PDP to APGA. So if you want to paint everybody with that brush, all of you have gone through that way. So it was just an attack on him. And like he said, it's part one. Part two, reactions will be drawn. And they will go on and on. But for me, I just think Governor Soludo should focus on the problems in Anambra State. These people wanted the solution. That's why they overwhelmingly voted for him. He has started some good works. Like I said the other time, I take out time to watch Anambra Broadcasting Service. Road construction, other things. I think he should focus on doing that. And the people that voted for him will want to hear more of the work he's doing for them, rather than this back and forth with another presidential candidates. I think that's why I don't like sentiments. I like the facts. The fact on the ground is that the people that voted for him needs his attention more on the states. Not all this, back and forth and op-eds and things like that. Everybody, you see, one thing I've learned in life, Audrey, everybody has a right to be ridiculous to the things you hold dear. But it is not for you. It is not for you to constantly, say, it is terrible because you don't respect my ideas, then go to hell. No. You hear people out, even if it's not in tandem with your own, then you keep it moving. There are some things you will never be able to explain in this life. And that's why it's life.